Hi guys, it's day 2 of Just Adam's tour of Northern Ireland, Belfast in particular, but today we're exploring the famous roads of the Sandy Row, the Shankill and the Falls Road, which are all greatly religious roads in this particular bit of Northern Ireland. And we're going to start off with the famous King William. That he was the king of the Protestants and was the start of the monarchy that we have in Britain, and that's why most Protestants celebrate the 12th of July 1690. It is a very, very big mural, and across this whole part of Belfast you can see what it really means to people. There's a lot of pictures of the Queen, the late Queen, and you can feel how Protestant it is. A lot of Union Jacks, a lot of Northern Ireland flags, a lot of red hand flags, there's UV flags, so if you know that you know. And we also have a wee statue here, you can see it here, the mother, daughter, sister. This sculpture celebrates the female culture and identity of Sandy Row and the generational contribution that women have made to the little community, both in family and the workplace. So that just shows that there's a sense of community here, and I will be showing you that throughout, because Sandy Row and the Shankill and the Falls, they all have that sense of culture. They're proud of the culture, and I think that's lost sometimes these days. But anyway, let's move on to the Sandy Row, the Shankill. Let's move on to the Shankill. Yeah, we've just left Sandy Row and we are now in a place we call the Shankill Road. This is the entrance to it. It has pictures of the Queen, the King, and then all the divisions. But this kind of bars. This is where you see all the Protestant stuff. So as I walk down it, you'll probably see more Rangers stuff, but I'll show you that when I get to it. So as I told you, this is the most Protestant road in Britain, and later in the video you'll probably see the most Catholic place, and this is the complete opposite. I can admit that right now, considering what I've just saw on the wall. This is Queen Elizabeth, our late Queen, and this is just people who have been here, maybe represented the Orange Halls here. But this is the Footland, White Rock Footland, probably the most famous footland. If I don't know, but it could be probably most likely, considering it's only right now road. But as we go down this road, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of Union Jacks, and we'll continue on to see if we can see any more murals. And as we further come down the road, you can see more stuff that resembles to the people here, and that is something that resembles to the people here. If you can see that across the road, that's at least we forget kind of things, because obviously Britain, they like the poppy and all that, and especially here we remember the people who fought for Britain in the war, and that's obviously the platoon. So yeah, guys, I've found something that resembles a wee bit back home, possibly. The most famous Scotland manager to ever live, Sir Walter Smith. Well, Celtic fans would argue Jock Stein, there's a lot, and actually Sir Alex Ferguson, I would say Sir Alex Ferguson was better, but maybe probably the best one from Scotland who's managed a Scottish club. And then you have a bit of resemblance of Rangers. Rangers is pretty much everything here, and then down that street you see all of the Union Jacks, absolutely everywhere. They love their Protestantism, fair enough, but we'll walk down this road a wee bit more. So guys, I'll show a wee kind of couple of pictures that I've took, because there was a lot of people in the areas. I think they're doing tours or something of the road, so that's why I was like, I'll just show pictures. But in front of me we have our now King Charles. Behind that big member of Price, and we have 100 years of Ulster Soulmen League and Convent. We will not have home rule, so that's in relation to they don't want Sinn Féin or anybody controlling them apart from the monarchy. There he is. And as we cross the road over here, I'll show you once I get to it, because I have me just on at traffic lights for a wee bit. So guys, now that I've crossed the road, we have our late Queen again, the People's Monarch. I would say that's accurate representation. She was done everything she could. If you disagree with the monarchy, you disagree with the monarchy. I'm not going to share my opinion on them. I don't really, but she was a really nice person. Obviously that must have been fitted very recently, because she only passed away 3 years ago. We have Princess, Queen and Mother, which she was. And here we have all different pictures. I think this might be kids' drawings. And stories of how she was. I wonder if she ever visited the Shankill Road. And here we have the Wilmite Trail. So up here we have Londonderry. Derry, that's where I'm going tomorrow actually. The siege of Derry took place between 1688 and 1689, and that is where we now talk about in Britain, in Glasgow especially, and over here in Belfast they have the Orange Walk on the 12th of July, because around about that time. And then we have White House landed artificial island called Donald's Island in 1690. Grimsport, it was Frederick Hermann, the Duke of Stromberg, who was the second commander to King William III, landed at the First Williamite Army in 1689. So all this was happening. I could read all of them to you, but hopefully you can make that out on the camera. But this was King William, the Protestant leader's journey throughout. A lot of it happened in 1690. Around about that time, 1690, 1692. And obviously later in the video we'll have the opposite side of this, the Falls. There's not much on the Falls Road, to be fair. It's just Republican murals and all that. But this is quite cool. It shows you the history of what this man in particular done for not only Northern Ireland but Britain as a whole, when he took the throne from King James, who was Catholic, and I don't know who it was, but they made it so a Catholic couldn't go on the throne, and that's why we have a Protestant throne and King Charles and all that. And you would have seen that during when he was Prince King, and they gave him they done the whole ceremony thing. But I hope you're finding this cool, because I think this is brilliant. Like, it's so historical. And tonight I'm going to Linfield v Shelburne. Shelburne. That'll be a separate video probably, because well, we can't have too many videos in one. But that'll be very interesting, because it's north v south. As much as people, the managers and all the clubs say it's not what it is, and that's not what they're focusing on. People who understand it more deeper, and a deeper connection, probably will understand that they hate each other. They just can't stand each other. But each to their own, you know what I mean. So this has been the Shankill Road. As I said, I'll be attending that match tonight, and as this road resembles a lot of Rangers and Linfield and that kind of side of the story, and I'll hopefully be able to tell you a lot about it. I hopefully have, and I'll take you to the Falls Road now. And yeah, by the way, the outro will probably be near the Shankill because I need to go back to the city centre. So, and that city centre is mob, so I can't be bothered filming there. So yeah, take you to the Falls Road. Hi guys, anyway, we're at the Peace Wall. The Peace Wall is very crucial in the fact that it split the two sides in half. I'm currently on the Catholic and Republican side. This is where the majority of people who want a united Ireland, and they were in support of the IRA, or maybe even they just supported republicanism and the fact they didn't like British rule. Whereas on that side of the wall, the other side of the wall, we have the Protestants, which I've showed you previously in the video. We had the Protestants, the Unionists, and the people who supported the UDA, but also the UVF. Maybe they might have not, but they supported unionism as a whole, and the Queen, the monarchy, the King now. But they love being in a union together, whereas Irish people, the Republicans, prefer not be ruled off over a state monarchy. So that's what divides them. This has been a decent day too. I don't know what else there is to do, but I hope you enjoyed the Shankill and the Sandy Row and the Falls Road. I know it's very historical here in Belfast, and tomorrow we're going to Londonderry, whatever you want to call it, so stay tuned for that, and I'll probably see you at day 3 unless there's anything major that we see. So yeah, so guys, we've given you something actually very interesting, and this is probably in relation to the name Hibernian, the football club. This is probably what they were named. Well, it's got some relation to it. So this is the Ancient Order of Hibernian, Belfast Division 58, and that's quite a cool mural there. You've got another tricolour right there. But yeah, if I see any more murals, I'll keep you updated. After viewing the Sandy Row in Shankill, we are now at one other famous place, and this is on the other side. This is where the tricolours fly high, and this is the mural of famous IRA leader, or volunteer, sorry, Bobby Sands. Bobby Sands went on a hunger strike, and you can do the research, I might even put it in the video, but this is one of the most, he definitely was probably the most famous IRA member ever, and obviously they were dark times for Belfast, but it's quite these murals all about Belfast, they're quite cool, and there's tricolours, as I said, everywhere. We went into a memorial garden to see what it's like. Well, hi guys, it's just Adam, and this is the end of the video. I never managed to record the Sands, and I was in. Try and see if there's any Belfast murals down the street. I thought this part of the city, like area, majority filled with the Falls Road, the Shankill, this is the Sandy Row. They're all very historical, and we've seen day 3, Londonderry and Derry. They're very similar, but I just enjoyed the whole history aspect to it, and hope you did as well. Sorry I've not been uploading for a couple of days, but I'm finally getting to edit this video, so hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, leave a like, and put in post notifications, and thank you very much.